I just had a realization I wanted to talk to you about quick. I realized, right, there's like two versions of me. One is almost mysterious, powerful, totally on self-improvement and productive and like not doing the bad habits. And the other one is like still just a normal guy. I don't know if this is going to make sense, but this is going to be a very niche kind of video to a certain kind of person. And if that person is you, this might hopefully change your life with the realization I've just had. I was actually just writing my book, but then I had this realization, so I went over to a journal page here on Notion. I'll just read you out what I've just wrote about myself. It's very interesting that I travel to a completely new country, but I put myself, I was gonna say I end up, but the truth is that I've had responsibility here. So I put myself into more of the degen instant gratification environments. I've made a lot of progress on my routine at home, like an insane amount. Honestly, like the man that I am when I'm in my environment at home, in my routine, on my timetable is fucking unmatched. I'm literally on levels, like, you're humble brag, shut the fuck up, but I'm literally on levels of like these god level entrepreneurs who are worth tens of millions. I work on their level, if not even better than they do. Like my work rate at home, my effectiveness at home is fucking phenomenal. I'm the kind of guy, like I wear this watch 24/7. I'm the one fucking guy who wears a watch, not for the sake of style or anything. I literally wear it because it's a digital watch and time is in my face 24/7. And I literally track like the minutes meticulously. My focus at home is fantastic, right? My discipline is fantastic, but then why is it fucking shit when I'm out of that environment, when I'm out of that routine? There's an entrepreneur you might watch already. His name is Alex Hormozi. And he made a video that I didn't resonate with once, where he said like, your routine is keeping you weak. And I thought like, wait, what's this BS? Like, my routine's making me really strong and disciplined. I'm starting to see what he meant now, because it's not so much it's keeping me weak. It's more so it's kind of covering the weakness, where on my routine, my environment at home, I'm like totally disciplined. But then outside of that, when I'm thrown into like a new environment, it's like within a flash, I just kind of saw the difference between, okay, living really like disciplined and waking up early and doing all the right things at home. Very, very like, honestly, achieving 80% of my perfect day. On my timetable, I say to like write down, like jot down exactly what your perfect day would be. Very routine for me to hit 80% of that consistently back home. And the 20% that I kind of miss is just because certain things just end up taking like longer without actually me, being a Jeffery and spending time on instant gratification. Literally, like I do really well at home. And then here, like I haven't done well. Anytime I've went on like a holiday, like a trip, but I wanted to work, I don't do well. Anytime I'm thrown off my routine a little bit, something's messed up, I don't do well. There's like two versions of me. The one who sticks to this routine and is so utterly fucking disciplined, and then this one who, like, I've went with the flow. I traveled to Thailand, I've come with friends, living with friends. And it's like the routine at home, it keeps me centered on the good, productive things. That is where my strength lies, is like just being able to set myself some kind of routine, which is quite hard and productive, quite isolating, but in like a solitude kind of positive way. Like I've always criticized like the lone wolf and everything, but I realized recently, just today, the value of solitude and, being away from everyone else. And like, I need multiple hours per day, most of the day really, just totally by myself. I don't want to be around people when I'm doing deep work or I'm reading or I'm journaling. And that's really challenged me here when like I'm living with friends. I saw the difference between me and an actual strong man, like me and a guy who's like totally ingrained, like the self-improvement habits. Me and Adonis, for example, where we've come to this new island, we're on Thailand, and I've had a deep underlying pull to degeneracy, way, way more. Like I can see flashes of me like going out and chasing girls and going to approach girls at night time. And I've been to I've been out a fair amount of times. I have done it in somewhat of more of a healthy way. I don't know if this is a code, but like I haven't even drank. I literally haven't even drank alcohol. And the latest night I've had is like 11:30, 12, and I literally just come back home. I literally just go out with Sam to like practice our sort of cold approach skills. But I think that's kind of cope. It's just, it's instant gratification, it's degeneracy. But I see a flash of me there. I see a flash of me eating like unhealthier food because I'm bulking now and I need the calories. I see a flash of me like literally smoking. I want to just tell you the fucking truth, smoking weed. Not that often, I've been here for 6 weeks and maybe we smoked maybe 5 nights, which is still like too far, to be honest. I see a flash of me just kind of like just wasting time, not being productive. because, and the reason for all this is literally because I'm not on the routine, the timetable that grounds me. And then I compare that to an actual disciplined guy. Now, I think I am disciplined. I am sure I am disciplined. But I'm talking about, okay, the next level up. The Adonis level guy. Maybe not even to that level, but just like a big level up from me. So I'm trying to have some humility here. Imagine where I could be like 6 months from now, where I'm so much more disciplined. I'm so much more queued up with my normal impulses to know that, okay, when I'm away from my routine, oftentimes I can be pulled into being like, it's my responsibility, but like I can generally just within an instant just like look around and I'm doing like Jeffery shit. It's kind of like my routine, my timetable saves me from that. It really grounds me. But I visualize now like a strong man who's come here, who's way more disciplined, and like the flashes of him aren't in him at nighttime in some like degenerate spots here. It's not of him like ordering like pizza or some shit. It's not of him smoking weed. It's literally just him just grinding, going to sleep early, waking up early, and just working on his goals, his mission, his purpose. So this was just an interesting insight. I hope it's somewhat valuable, but I've made a lot of progress back home. My environment at home, like I've been just journaling about that this morning, of gratitude journaling and affirmations, that my environment at home that I've literally meticulously created is absolutely like, the environment and the atmosphere that I have at home, in my family home in Warrington, in my home city, is literally unmatched. It's a very special thing to have an environment, like a place to live, which not only is literally the best place for my goals, where like I'm so totally focused on deep work, I'm tracking them minute by minute, and the best thing is, it's literally where I'm happiest. I've known that my happiness totally correlates to my progress in my goals. And I love that. I actually, like, even though sometimes it can feel negative and I'm not making much progress, so I don't feel very happy, but I literally love that because it's like, it's my motivational force to continue progressing to goals which are like meaningful and impactful, and, you know, which help me, my family, my boys. So I'm really proud of like the setup that I have at home, because I've kind of meticulously created it, along with the help of my understanding family, who understand, okay, you know, Hamza's working, we don't disturb him or anything up until he comes out of his room. Then I have like a very, very good life at home. And it's just made me realize just today that it's left a blind spot for me, that when I'm away from that environment, I'm still a fucking Jeffrey. It's hard, like, you know, it's supposed, I mean, to be honest, it's supposed to be like hard for me to admit that, but like, I think I've always had like a good level of self-awareness and humility. Without my timetable, without my routine, I'm still a Jeffrey. How interesting is that? Like, I am, like, if you literally observed my life when I'm at home following my routine, you'd be thinking this guy is literally one of those meme 5 a.m. entrepreneurs, because that's exactly what I do. I was waking up like 4:30, going to sleep at fucking 7 p.m. just because I work way better in the mornings. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about like sacrificing my social life, because my social life revolves around my growth anyway. So I was going to sleep at 7, 8 p.m, waking up at 4:30, and not doing this to be a fucking meme or, you know, to impress anyone. I was literally doing this because I was happiest and also making the most progress. If you watched me then as like a ghost in the room, you'd be thinking this guy's fucking doing bits. Waking up, first thing, 20 minutes of meditation, gratitude journaling, and, you know, by the time it was like 5:30, 6, it'd be light outside. Then I'd go outside to get like light into my eyes, which is something I've learned from Andrew Huberman. He like really, really advises like the use of like lights in the morning, by like, you know, like sunlight in the morning. If you get it into your eye, when you have to step outside for this, you can't like be inside, you have to step outside into like the real world, get light into your eye, and it really, really helps like dopamine and testosterone and your health and your sleep and everything. I was doing that, going for a morning walk, recording some content for my YouTube videos and my Instagram page, because I do like a daily day in the life reel. Come back, hours of deep work in the morning. It's literally 7 a.m, 6 a.m at this point, and I've done like an hour of deep work. Then I do about 3 hours. Then it's time to go to the gym with my friend Chris. I'm literally, everything's meticulously created, and I'm living like such a high performance lifestyle, but it was so incredibly fun. Like, if you observe that, you'd be thinking, yep, this guy's totally disciplined, you know, fully, like, I respect this guy, he's like military discipline. As soon as I'm out of that environment, I'm like literally just lying around, just wasting time, just like touching my dick, just literally, it's just a big realization for me, and hopefully it could be for you, to just realize like it's extremely valuable to create an environment that's conducive to your growth, especially, you know, wherever you live. to meticulously change like so many little variables to like help you be more productive and to get into deep work and to prioritize your self-improvement. But just understand that it can leave a blind spot through times when there's like no structure, no organization. I wonder if that's something that you just have to accept with a certain personality style. So my personality style is like, okay, I prefer routine and discipline, and then chaos kind of like throws me out. Whereas I feel like a bunch of people could work in the environment that I'm currently in right now. I've really struggled, man. I've really struggled to be able to get into like deep workflow when I'm living with other people, and like my schedule's a bit all over the place, because when you're living with someone, it's kind of like a joint thing of like, oh yeah, well, let's wake up tomorrow at like 8 a.m. and you know, it's like 11:30 p.m. right now. That's the time we're going to sleep because we've stayed up a little bit later. Obviously 100% I have to take the responsibility for this, but it kind of happens because I'm outside of my usual environment of solitude. So it'd be an interesting question to ask yourself right now. Do you potentially have a blind spot that you aren't aware of right now? Maybe you've been so totally disciplined, you've got your routine, which is fantastic. That is, in my opinion, the true way of growth. But it's just something to somewhat be aware of. You probably have a weak spot. If you've got like a similar personality style to me, you have military kind of discipline and timetable, and your home environment is fantastic. Just keep in mind that you probably have a weak spot, that when there is like a level of chaos and you're outside of this environment that you've created with the timetable and routine, you're probably going to be thrown way off, and you'll probably be shown who you really are. I don't know if that's fair to say, but you'll be shown a different side to yourself when you're thrown away from your timetable that you've created. This is like a very interesting realization for me, that I can be so different with or without the things that ground me. I've not been like a total fucking Jeffery, but like I'm a lot more of a Jeffery now than I was a month and a half ago. But at the same time, I've had extremely, like I think on the positive side, so I've had extremely valuable insights and developments. I think I've become like a lot more self-aware and mature in like the last month and a half. The way that I talk now, the ideas that I get, how I present my argument seems to be a lot, like I just watched a couple of my old videos, like literally 2 months old. It's like I'm just so much more mature and sophisticated now than I was just a few months ago, and I think traveling has really challenged me with that. But yeah, man, I can't wait to get back home, man. I don't know if I'm going to be leaving soon or not. I've not made the decision just yet, but I'm very fucking, like, I was just journaling, gratitude journaling, and I ended up writing like a massive paragraph about my life at home, and I got so hyped for it. Like, I literally have like everyone that I love, apart from Sam who's with me, but everyone that I love is there, and like I literally just can't wait to go home. And I really, like, an idea that I had is like I really want to spend like way more time with my family, specifically my mom. I want to start like dating her, like I want to start like taking her out on dates and like taking her out, because I've got money now, and I've always like, I've never done things like that before, but I want to just like, oh, there's like a restaurant, let's go with my mom. Oh, like I'm gonna go to the gym early. My gym is like really fancy, and it's got like a restaurant and like you know, like one of those really fancy kind of gyms, right? So I've got that. So I just had the idea, all right, let me take her, like get her a day pass, and we can go spend like an hour in the restaurant together. Then we can go and I'll take her to like a yoga class there or something like that. Because I just kind of like, I've been so dialed in with a certain level of my goals at home that I've kind of forgotten to spend more time with my family. And I'm kind of like that little gremlin who's like just working in his bedroom, comes downstairs to get food and then just goes back upstairs. And so a goal of mine, like an intention of mine, is like spend way more time with my family, especially my mom and even my dad and even my brother and my sister, to be honest. So I journaled about that this morning, and what I'm gonna do, which is what I love about myself. Like I just think so positively, and like this shit, like it feels fun for me. Like you see the smile on my face when I talk about like optimizations and improvements to my life. Like I've literally got to the point where self-improvement is like, it's so fucking fun. Like I'm so happy when I feel like I'm making great progress. And the way that I do this, if you're interested, is, you know, to improve like your relationship with your family and spend more time with them. Literally just put it into the timetable. That's what I love about like the way that I live at home. Everything is in like a timetable, like a consistent military kind of routine. Okay, 5 a.m. wake up, 6 a.m. meditate, 7 a.m. go to the gym, 10 a.m. deep work block number 1, 12 o'clock eat. You know, everything's regimented and you try and follow it as best as you can. But the simple way to like spend more time with my family, what I'm just gonna do is just add a block for like family. So at like 4 p.m. every single day, I literally just go around the house and just annoy everyone in the family, spend time with them, just lie down next to them and just like speak to them about stuff. And maybe like once a week, I'll do something like outside of the house where I'll take my mum somewhere. And I can't wait for that. And I've got some like nice plans for when I come back with the people that I love. And I was just journaling then that I want to get like a motorbike at home. I want to get like a van and convert it. So one of the things I've wanted to do for literally years and that I've not really taken action on, but I really think it's time now, is to get like, you know, the van life, to get home, buy like a van from someone pre-owned or something, and then convert it with my dad so it's like livable. You could like sleep in the back of it, and then take that like every now and then when I want like 3 days away from home, from like work and everything, I can literally just drive over to like Scotland or somewhere beautiful, just park up the van, maybe with the fear that I'm gonna get like fined or some shit, who gives a fuck, and literally just park up the van. I can sleep in the back of it, there's like a nice view, I can take my gymnastic rings and go find like, it's just like a nice way to explore and to feel like you're having like a little mini break, which feels quite healthy and humble and wholesome. And yeah, I feel really happy thinking about home and the environment that I have there and like the things that I could do there, because I felt quite low over the last few weeks. And yeah, I'm writing my book right now as well. I've got 11,000 words. I'll give you a brief look at the chapters of my book. Yeah, so I can't wait, man. I'm 11,000 words in. I've wrote a little goal to myself that when I write 50,000 words, I'll buy either a motorbike or a van when I'm back home. So I'm literally like, I'm ready to fucking smash this now, man. I appreciate you watching this, bro. I hope this served as like some kind of insight. And is it fair for me to say that I'm a Jeffrey without my routine? To be honest now, because I mean, I wouldn't even say objectively I'd be a Jeffrey with the way that I've behaved here, which is like, yeah, I've still been working, I've still been meditating, still been reading and stuff. It's just 100% I have done like more sort of social instant gratification things. I've went out, there's been, in the last 6-7 weeks, I've drank alcohol once or twice. Once was for my birthday, and the other time was just like a spontaneous, like a single drink. And that one I kind of regretted. For my birthday, I didn't regret it at all. It was just like, yeah, it's my birthday, let's drink a little bit and everything. But I feel pretty good with that. But I've spent like too much time just kind of like going out, speaking to girls and shit. And that's what the insight was that I wanted to speak about really on this video. Just like, is that a bad thing? Spending more time with friends and like not really working, is that really a Jeffrey thing? I can't really tell. But I mean, I'll just say it's a thing which isn't as conductive to my growth and my progress as like just, you know, being focused on deep work and routine and stuff. So it is something which is like a lesser thing than the level that I want to be operating in. There's the view. Have a good day, bro. Mwah.